Yeah, they're not doing it yet. Do you think Trump waited for the air defenses to drop so he can finish the job without any threat and claim all the credit? Yeah, I think so. I could easily see that happening. I mean, absolutely, that could happen.
That works.
It was an important tweet you wanted to see? Well, then you should have said what it is. And yeah, let's see here. And the only targets in Iran
what this is all about.
Facilities. Yeah, I mean, why would you want to bomb anything besides that? I mean, I don't even, in my opinion, I don't even want them to kill the leader. I mean, I think if they do that, what's going to end up happening is it's going to be a fucking, you know, it'll be another ISIS or like a Iraq or fucking Libya situation. I don't want to have that happen. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And we got the bombs to get in there. Yeah, sure. Jack Fisher at X. Yeah, I saw a little bit about something that he posted. This is like right before I went live. Let me go back and double check it myself. Trump is about to make a policy decision on Iran. So this shit could be happening at this very moment, and we're just waiting on things to pop off. Like they've got a coming soon screen, right? I mean, we don't know when this is going to happen, but yeah, marathon just got delayed until unknown. Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, it should have been delayed. Let's be honest, right? I mean, the place was fucking like garbage, and so you absolutely should have delayed that shit. And so yeah, it's probably you know, I'm not surprised about that at all. And I think it's probably just going to get delayed indefinitely. That's what I would assume. It's in about 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, is there a personal chef that gets to cook meals for you? Yeah, I mean, I haven't really wanted to get. I mean, maybe I try to get a girlfriend at some point, but I don't know really when that's going to happen. You know, I'm not really thinking about it too much right now. I mean, maybe I try to get a girlfriend at some point, but I don't know really when that's going to happen. You know, I'm not really thinking about it too much right now. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, right? I have no idea. You know, I'm not really thinking about it too much right now. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, right? I have no idea. I don't know really why. You know, there's always somebody who doesn't understand this. This is, again, like if you type the same message more than like twice, you're just gonna get permabanned. Like I don't know why people do that. Things are going up in a big way. Al is Supreme Leader of Iran by June 30th. Yes, get your bets in now, boys. And, man, why am I not surprised? He's going to be against us degenerate? Yeah, bro, this is the meat of degenerate shit that you're looking at right here. This is the way it is now. I don't know if it is at all. Markets. Yeah, I guess so, right? As with all markets, there are no fees on the market. And, yeah, I find this to be very interesting. I mean, again, and, you know, I said this with the election, right? I would not bet on what people say. I would bet on what people bet on. The fact is that if people are willing to put their money on this guy getting kicked out, and it's going up, it is skyrocketing, right? I think that absolutely there's a good chance this guy gets cooked, man. And, yeah, not true if it's a good graph or a bad graph. I mean, I don't know. I think it really depends on what happens after the graph, right? More than anything. Trump, gains international support if he does it. It's tempting him. You think that people are going to support Trump if they get rid of Iran's nuclear shit? Yeah, I think you're right, honestly. I feel like a lot of people might not necessarily say it, but I think that a lot of people would be happy that it would happen for fucking sure, man. And, yeah. And, what's this? It's the end of the month. Check the end of the year. Yeah, I know, exactly. And, what's this? It's like 5 birds with 1 rock. Yeah, well, it's a really big fucking rock, man. And that's it. It makes Obama Biden bad if Iran is defeated easily. Yeah, it does. I mean, of course, what people would be happy. What makes you say that? Because Iran is a psychotic terrorist nation that is controlled by a bunch of religious radical extremist zealots. That if they have a nuclear weapon, it is an existential threat to the rest of the world because of the fact that they're insane. That's the reason why. Everybody knows that. Are we going to pretend like they're not? They absolutely are. And this is the government. It's not Iran as the country. It's the government. The government's full of a bunch of... So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to get a lot more. And people are pressured.
I'm out of range.
Again and again and again. How many times is enough times for you to think maybe,
Why is this thing not working?
maybe they might actually mean it? That's it. That's it. You think you want to deal with that against the law? No, you like again. Nobody would deal with this if this was in there. If you personalize this situation, literally no one would put up with this. If you have a gun and somebody else next to you is building a gun,
Ooh,
and they say
so
over and over,
what are we gonna do about that?
I'm not building a gun, but if I was, I'd shoot you with it. And you think that they're building a gun, you'd shoot them in the fucking head. Everybody would do this. Literally everyone would do this. This is a 100%
So that's better.
circumstance. The people that have it, that's natural.
That's better.
Exactly. Yeah, this is totally
It's all messed up.
fucking logical.
Didn't know why it wasn't working.
Of course they're going to do this. Absolutely. Cities building up. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
Alright.
You could say Israel believed
Maybe we can
it.
do
Well,
something
I mean,
now.
maybe they did. I'm just saying that.
Maybe we can all get
you know,
through
again,
this.
if you're Israel, wouldn't you fucking do that?
Probably going to die. This should be
You should have expected that. You should have thought maybe I shouldn't have been going around saying this shit. Yeah, that's it. And correction, I get contradicting.
with that one.
You have created a false
Really?
dichotomy. You're making something up. I never even said that. That's not even what's happening. Why am I arguing against someone who clearly doesn't care? Who is looking to...
You fucker.
Well, why am I even like, again,
Oh,
you
no.
by playing it. You know what I mean? And so let's not even waste our time with that, okay?
Two shitty swords.
Anyway, so we'll wait to see what's happening.
Use some hot and hitting moves.
There's never a positive outcome. They're not looking to learn. They're not looking to engage honestly. That's the reason why I don't deal with them, right? It's pointless. And so, yeah. Exactly. And so it's just, there's no reason. This is a unique time to attack Iran, given their strategic weakening of Hamas and Hezbollah. The world was already mad at Israel. Might as well take advantage of the opportunity and take it too far
Everything is laggy. What the fuck is that?
Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. It's close. Help!
I'm out
Sucker.
of range.
Where the truck are you going?
Found a bit of gold.
Trucker, where you going,
That
man?
phone number is a general phone number that the task force is busy at. It is a separate unit that is established to take the calls to assist American citizens who call to embassies. Particularly, you're going to be referred to embassies who can help you get what it is you need. So, good question.
Sure,
What
of
happened?
course.
All right, yes.
So it's for people that are there.
There's some specific criteria needs. One in particular that
I can't tap that.
Tap.
would that be of the Swiss protectorate?
Where they go, yeah. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, obviously, you know, what we encourage every American when you travel is to contact your local embassy or consulate, let them know you're there, make sure you know where they are, have those numbers, and that's what I would recommend, no matter where you're traveling, but certainly in the Middle East, is know where those entities are, know where the embassy is. So if you're in Israel, obviously it's Tel Aviv, it's Jerusalem. Well, they will answer their phone. So there's contacts that can happen in the midst of all of this. And of course, I think that's the advice for wherever you are. But clearly, if you're in a certain area, it's obvious in this case that there are certain limitations in that region, and that contact the embassy, the one that is nearest to you, and you will, at the very least, make sure they know where you are. But also, they will give you.
You're trying to kill people, call back later? Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, you might.
Remember, could you like to wait till last minute? They did that with the California fires.
I'm here to take questions, not necessarily always answer them. Yes, ma'am.
President Trump said he wants a real and not a ceasefire.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Does the United States support or pursue regime change in Iran?
Absolutely they do.
Or are we just talking about dismantling?
No, they absolutely do.
enrichment?
100% that's what they're trying to do.
The United States helping Israel strike terrorists.
Both.
Well, I'm certainly not going to characterize what
Obviously
President
both.
Trump says or tweets for that matter.
100%
He
both.
doesn't need characterizing. He's one of the most transparent, one of the most clear
Alright.
individuals that we've known. I think that we can take his word for his word, but I'm not going to speculate on a large percentage of the president. About what will be occurring from this point forward.
So he's just making all the calls.
As he wants him, and as he has said, that we
say that.
I will not discuss
Yeah.
what plans are in that regard. Yes, ma'am.
Because they don't want to make the planes targets. That's the reason why. It's kind of obvious.
I know that our commitment is to the safety and security of Americans around the world. All right?
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they're bombing the shit out of them this time, for sure.
First of all, I'm certainly not going to remotely address that. It would require me to speculate or speak on behalf of the president.
It's not going to happen.
What we see is months and repeated statements that all he wants is a peaceful world. His activities, nature of the actions that the United States has taken, and his special envoys have been rooted in one thing, which is negotiations looking for diplomatic solutions to generational problems that he wants diplomatically. That has been his constant power.
These are bombs of diplomacy. He wants peace so bad, he will bomb as many people as he needs to get it. If he has to bomb everybody to get peace, then that's what has to happen. At any cost.
The NSC, that's not something I can answer here.
The president said he wants to see Iran offer unconditional surrender. I'm not going to ask you to comment on the president's statement, but I'm going to ask you if the secretary is involved in any kind of diplomatic missions with his allies, with the Germans, with the French, trying to offer something to the Iranians to find a way out.
Well, the way out is unconditional surrender. That's the way out.
Between whom, what those details would be, of course, the senator and the president.
I mean, obviously.
Their the moment to office has been to certain secretary will be able to open up conversations and to use the role of diplomacy to make but that's the only thing that would guide me when it comes to the nature of decisions.
They're evacuating through Jordan? Yeah, I heard about that.
That would be a decision for the president.
I got a feeling that, yeah. Ah, jeez. Nobody has any idea what Trump is going to do. The question is, does Trump have an idea? I don't know. It does? Well, we'll see. We'll see what they say.
I can say that the Department of State is planning for contingencies to assist private U.S. citizens to process crisis areas, and we will alert the U.S. citizens.
If we bomb Iran, we'll start making anime anthems? I don't think so.
There is additional information to share regarding their options during any crisis, but certainly this one as well. When it comes to how quickly people can expect a dynamic, the American government, the State Department, our militaries, you've seen all of these assets, all of these departments involved in this dynamic in one fashion or another, are working exclusively for the safety of this nation and the safety of the American people wherever they may be. Yes, sir.
Next.
At the top you said that you're advising citizens, US citizens not to travel to Israel or Iran or any country. Do you have any more general guidance for Americans in the Middle East, more broadly as a region? Are there other countries that your applications
do not go?
Depart from?
Well, at our website, we have our travel alerts.
Yeah, I would not want to be anywhere over there right now. This is scary time. Do not come.
Those are for
do not come.
To see. Would there be, what is the specific one for people to look to if they want to look for specific country travel alerts? Is it travel.state.gov? So travel.state.gov. You will see every travel alert there for you if you're and it's not just from the Middle East or if you're in right now. I would
why you don't want Iran to have nukes.
which is a threat throughout all of the
It's because they've got to pussyfoot around with
Department
this.
has no higher priority than the
I don't
safety
understand that.
and security of U.S. citizens
Because Russia has nukes.
abroad, and we can confirm the death of the U.S. citizens in Ukraine, and we stand ready to provide all possible assistance and we receive all support
Iran-related topics. Number
Super
one,
useful. Thank
the
you.
administration kind of kept this conflict between Israel and Iran at arm's length over the first few days, and now,
Yeah.
since last night and especially into today, we're hearing the president say,
something.
we more.
Yeah, he
we
going
have
in.
control over the skies. We
Good
know where the
question.
supreme leader is. He's kind of taking more ownership of the situation directly. Is that feeling trickling down to this building as well? Is there more of a ownership of the situation in the State Department as well?
I mean, it's obvious,
Well,
right?
I again can't characterize the
Yes.
feelings of the President of the
Yes.
United States. We know that
Yes.
he is our lead. We know that he is the guiding hand. We know he is
Absolutely.
one of a few who know all the details. and
Yes,
who is
absolutely.
clearly has a mission and an agenda that is involved with diplomacy and changing the world for the better for people. Of course, things change. Our experiences change. He's making
Oh, bro, Trump. Trump's gonna go in after this. He's gonna give a press statement following the ongoing meeting.
What matters to the president matters to the State Department. I think that it is fair to say that his
It's about to go
leadership,
down.
And his re-election for the second term was because people here in the United States were tired
Wanted
of
or plus the bomb.
and the world is seeing this.
Yes. That's what people voting for.
There's no special envoy for several key locations in the Middle East don't have a confirmed ambassador. We keep talking about the dangerous situation in Gaza. What about the day after situation in Iran? Does the State Department yesterday?
Well, the State Department
You're not gonna say. Obviously.
may not see things immediately. Just because you're not looking at the news or you're not present for things that occur doesn't mean you're not seeing. I would remind you that the State Department, as I said, is sort of like the military. It's 24/7. It is not something that is a basic and it's because people are working around the world constantly. It is literally their mission. Personally, their work is what they need to. So while you may see a certain thing in a static framework, it doesn't mean that we're not working on it or not working on that or that it's not going to happen. So just a reminder, it's not about the day after. We are working in the war and in the participation of people with history and experience when it comes to the history not just of a building and of a department of the United States. but the
This
history
meeting is
of
like the
people
flight
working
attendants
on
showing you where the exit is.
throughout the world.
They're showing you how to use the
And
map.
For this department, they're committed to those issues,
Yeah.
and that is what makes the State Department so effective. In addition to the leadership that is available on the radio as guided by Donald Trump. Yes, sir. You've been waiting.
Because they're getting ready to bomb Iran.
If the situation is still unfolding on the screen, should we expect some kind of changes to the delegation, changes to strategy? Should we anticipate that if the situation is
How
still
can you make a decision about it in a week? You can't know that. How can you possibly know that? I mean, really, how can you possibly know that?
Experienced from day or even sometimes hour to hour, things do change. This is a very dynamic.
Russia denied help to
We
Iran.
all had our special situations that we're interested in, and we all want diplomacy to work. And we
From
want
Iran.
to
Oh,
share
they're shooting
our
missiles at
summits
Israel
and
again.
Ceasefire discussions, etc.
Right here.
This is something that is moving as things change very rapidly. So I would say that anything is possible, but at this point in time, that is still certainly on the books. But that would be obviously
Another one? Yeah, great. Amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, could be whatever.
Second question is if the president is first term, the ruling gives the Taliban 18 months to come to the deal rather than the 60 days given to the Iranians to discuss something which is much more complicated.
Again, I'm not going to discuss the details of the decision because of that.
He's altered the deal. Crazy he doesn't alter it any further. That's why.
Well, yes, and as I noted,
Yeah.
today is not yes. Let's please. Sir, in the back.
Thank you, Jack. My question is,
Shut up!
We were talking about the negotiations between Iran and the US, and the president was very optimistic about it, and now drastically everything has changed, and we are talking almost about a full-scale war in Iran. How do you know the procedure right now? Have the negotiations failed?
Vibes. There's a dartboard in the Oval Office. And a blindfold. Yeah. Yeah, the vibes was totally on.
After all this, after this escalation,
I would say that we look to the President of the United States for how he is carrying out what is true, and he's very open and transparent with that. His committee
Missile launches are now. Yeah, I know.
clearly accessible.
It's not happening yet.
Said a number of things on social media. Yes, I
גינוסר, אמנון, חורזים, ורד הגליל, עמיעד, אליפלת.
Sorry. Laggy fucking YouTube. That's scary. That's really scary.
don't know if I can get to the exact one, but
that's the clearest framework?
He has noted that
oh no.
We don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is very
you said that.
Thank you for your attention to this matter.
There's no missiles yet.
Is making it clear, I think, here regarding certain choices on the ground that have been made, that what we ask for regularly is, and then what he has made clear is that initiation of this certainly, we're not a part of Israel's attacks on Iran.
Why is this not?
That activity is very clearly by both Secretary Rubio and the President. That's important for them. And in this case, of course, the President is clear that if Americans are hurt, or in this case, a missile shot at civilians or American soldiers, that there will be
everybody knows what that is. Yeah. Moron. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's clearly
that he's aligning himself with them so they don't help Iran. That's clearly why. Isn't that obvious? I feel like that's fucking obvious.
Thankfully, again, to the approaching style of President I think that when it comes to, again, the best person who can explain his feelings and thoughts about what's happening on any issue is the President himself. So I bring it back to what he writes and what he is posting on, I think, a very regular basis for people like me. And I think
great content. Oh, yeah. TikTok, Twitter. This is India. Yeah, it's India's problem. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. Very generous.
Chosen to have this term be about.
He will give them so many bombs.
Peace and making America great again, but he's stuck with that. He's
There's still nothing.
It is part of his
no attacks yet.
Overall commitment to the country. So I would not speak to the nations of other countries' decision making. That's up to them.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Now it's fixed.
Who's willing to help?
I apologize. It's so annoying.
One more in Iran, and then we'll
the volume on this is so bad. Damn. So he's dead. That sounds pretty bad.
This situation still garner some interest or attention in this building in the United States of America, and how you urging the Israelis to hold off whatever the amount of firepower they're firing at these aid seekers.
Well, we
I've
mass casualty situation. I don't know who is, no matter what the dynamic.
That sucks, man. Yeah.
I said particular is under review, and that is helpful.
Yeah, they have no idea.
And in the meantime, I think we have taken also when it comes to to the Gazans. We now know that the Gaza Foundation now is working at 4 distribution sites.
That's good.
Distributed more than 26 million.
Wow. That's great.
It is again a conversation about whether or not the State Department cares. Every day there's a demonstration. When you think about the State Department, it's people. People who've committed their lives to a diplomatic life, to a life of foreign service, to a political life, which is like making the difference for the world. So we see that manifesting here. And as we also know with today's events and today's conversations, there's a reason why we need to be going back to the American commitment to peace as well. Yes, everybody.
Did you see Al Jazeera English? See that Indian guy? No, he was there. I think he left.
A lot of them, I don't know. In Africa, there's already 90 countries to a different extent.
I'm waiting to see what's happening. None of these bombs have reached Israel at all.
We are, of course, committed to protecting our nation's citizens by national security and public safety through our police officers in particular, as laid out in President Trump's executive order 6161, protecting the United States from foreign terrorists and other national security threats. The visa adjudication process has got to ensure that U.S.-bound foreign
Yeah, obviously. This is all obvious. Probably in 3 minutes, 2 minutes.
Should be able to adopt. To protect the national security and
very, very small amount of missiles.
People, the Department of State and other U.S. government agencies assess other countries' security capabilities, information sharing, and identity management practices, exploitation of the U.S. visa system, such as overstatements and failure to facilitate repatriation of their removable.
Heavy bombing report to Toronto now. Let me see. So this is a poll. Finds overwhelming support for Israeli strikes and counter response. His voters, 83% of voters support the strikes. 95% approve of Trump. Damn.
We rely on the vetting and presentation of information.
67 support the attacks. Wow.
In this particular instance, I think that it's clear we're looking at
that's way more than I thought.
They've changed the system, updated, do whatever they need to do that we can trust the process and the information. So that is the goal of this. The Secretary
Seems fake.
to determine
popular. Yeah.
as we then also continuously vet
Yeah, it is. Straight up.
happening within these consultations and the goal is that we can move forward. So that
They hold.
that's our goal. All right.
We got like one more, right?
I was NPR, yes.
Just following up on that, there was a deadline given for these things.
An action plan. What do you think Iran is the right future? We'll see. Yeah. We'll wait and
States received any official request from Baghdad to help prevent Israeli overflights in Iraqi airspace, and what is Washington's response to such a request?
Again, you would need to speak
Yeah,
to
they don't know about that.
Council regarding that. I won't speak
Yeah.
to the details of conversations, certainly about anything of that
Iran was
matter,
sent by futures Iraq,
involving,
Afghanistan, every other nation the U.S. decided to rebuild.
albeit
For sure.
As we return,
Oh,
thank
that's
you all
it.
for your patience, and I expect to see you again later in the week. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, well, that was a bunch of fucking nothing. That was a waste of time. Wow, great. Good job. Yeah, thank you so much. That was super, super helpful. And yeah, great. Amazing. All right, yeah, I thought this was we were going to have actual answers to stuff. Apparently not. And so,
leave your shelter in Israel. You can leave your shelter. All right.
So that's it?
Women's drop Charlotte.
So, wait. So now,
Moments ago.
wait, it's over already. Is Trump going live? Yeah, he's going to go live, I think. That's what it said.
Latest.
3 missiles got it. Yeah, so that's it. There shouldn't have 3 missiles. Trump to leave a big announcement to secondhand messenger. Well, I mean, maybe.
I'm going to put the regular message.
Yeah.
But this, again, this was a small wave of, I'm hearing anything between 2 and 5 missiles. A bunch of reports say 3.
And they just all got intercepted?
No.
So nothing happened. Wow. Why even bother? Yeah, I mean, they're out of, bro. I mean, they could just be, yeah, bro, they could be out of juice. That's it. And I feel like that's kind of what happened. Iran's been firing between 3 and 7 missiles, small waves for a couple of days now, a lot easier to intercept. Why would they even do that, I wonder? Well, I'll tell you one reason why. I saw why. It's because fucking the IDF blew up their missile launchers. Raw footage, the IDF struck 12 missile launch sites and storage facilities aimed at Israeli citizens. Yep, here we go. This is just from a little bit ago. You can see there's a bunch of stuff there. And now it's gone. Yep, there you go. And, yeah, maybe the game or something. I guess so, right? So frustrating that we're supporting the killing of leadership in another country. It's basically saying you don't deserve to have negative opinions about America. Yeah, pretty much. That's how power works. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of, you know, gated community, you know, like kind of optimistic, naive people. But when you have a country that's saying that they're going to bomb you, they're talking about building a nuclear bomb. They're saying over and over and over they're going to bomb you. They're funding terrorist organizations. And you think that's not fucking around and finding out? You are out of your mind. You are out of your fucking mind. You are completely naive. You described the USA, though? Okay, so we want to kill them and they want to kill us. It's in our best interest to do it first, then, isn't it? I'm not making a moral argument here. There's no morality with this. I mean, like, there's no morals. It's not like, oh, well, this is the right. This is what Jesus would have wanted. No, it's about logical, pragmatic survival, and which option is the right choice. That's it. Yeah, Chatter's an idiot. Yeah, bro, why are you pro-war suddenly? I'm not. Why would I be pro-war? Like, here is the concern that I think a lot of them have. Like, I don't even think that we need to be involved. I think Israel is going to do this entire thing themselves. That's why I don't want us to be involved. It's because Israel, I think, can do it on their own. And I feel like if Iran is this existential threat to everybody, then it shouldn't be on our shoulders only to deal with it. Like, I mean, I feel like that's very fair. And this isn't a war. Yeah, this is not a war, bro. Like, this is us bombing their nuclear facilities. Now, speaking of someone in Iran now, he says 5 missiles hit 10 kilometers away from his home today. Yeah, it's fucking scary. There's no evidence that Iran's building a bomb. Check Rock. Well, let me go back. I'm not sure. Where was that comment? Fuck. I think that one got lost. And I would respond to that, but I think it got lost. Speaking of pragmatic truth, isn't the same as saying what's morally the correct move. Sometimes they're diametrically opposed to each other. Yeah, there are a lot of times that you can do the right thing, and it can end up having the wrong effect. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I think that's kind of what's going on. Now, we're waiting to see if Trump is going to go live. Somebody said a little bit ago, how many surrender power is Israel controlling Iran? I don't think so. And let's see if I can find the message. Are you back marathon? No, I haven't seen that. And where the hell is this go? So President Trump said to give a press statement following an ongoing meeting. So this is what he said so far, right? As Trump has tweeted this out, let's go ahead and find it. Truth Social. All right, here we go. There isn't any evidence. What's even more interesting is they bombed all the nuclear sites. There's no radioactivity. I don't understand how radioactivity works. Like, I genuinely have no idea. So I don't know if that's true or not, or why that's true or why that's not true. Is that a lie? I mean, I just don't have. I don't know enough about it to really have an opinion. So let's see here. I'll read this here. Yeah. Oh, this is some other thing. This is go back. Random person. Literally some massive, longer text message. Okay, yeah, here we go. And so Trump says this. We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other good defensive equipment. Plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured, quote, stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. We know exactly where the so-called Supreme Leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to kill him, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then he tweets out, unconditional surrender. That's it. It's true. If they have nuclear ship in there or the plants for bombs, there should at least be a small spike of radioactivity. I have no idea. Is it possible that unconditional surrender means he's talking about California? Maybe, yeah. do you think China will move on Taiwan soon? I have no idea. No clue at all about that. Everyone Trump is all about condemning Obama is thinking about bombing Iran. It's crazy times. It's about enriched uranium. They keep enriching it so it's passing nuclear power. It's enriching nuclear bombs. I think that's basically the way that a lot of them see this too. So it seems like right now there's not even any certainty whether it happens. Whether it's going to happen or not. I guess we're going to have to wait out. Trump has no position. I feel like his position is that he's probably going to make sure that Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon. Like, it's very clear that's his position. Like, he's said this a million times. And I don't know what else you really want me to say. IDF said all of them are intercepted. So every single Iranian missile that they shot went intercepted. Is that true? Let me go back and double check. Well, I don't know. They haven't said anything about this at all. So, this is I guess what they did. IDF strikes in Iran. Infinite knowing. What was this here? Please look it up. What do you want me to look up? Peanut butter. What do you want me to? What do you think I'm not looking up? Yeah. What is this? Security company? Yeah. What do you want me to look up? Phantom. Yeah. Let's go back. I'll find it over here. Yeah. And what did Steve do? Steve didn't do anything wrong. What is this? And so that's it. They bombed all these places already. Let's go back. I'll see. Oh, this is the guy. For the second time in 5 days, the IDF has eliminated Iran's wartime chief of staff, the regime's top military commander. So, imagine being the third guy. Holy fuck, man. And what is this here? Look at these. Kalamania is in an underground base. And gave power to the military. That's not even. That's literally like has nothing to. That's not even like has nothing to do with what's even being discussed. Like you're getting mad about something we're not even saying. Yeah, isn't it crazy how so many of the people that come in here and complain that I'm not, like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, what do you want me to talk about? Well, you said that, Iran had unicorns. I'm like, wait, no, I didn't. They're like, what? And then they get banned. I don't know what the hell people are thinking, man. And, yeah, Retard Central today. Well, a lot of people are, obviously it's a very, very polarizing topic, right? It's an extreme topic. There's a lot going on. It's pretty obvious. You can see the reason why. Damn, shit's popping the fuck off. So I would easily expect that. Could you please at least check out the IEA's report on Iran's non-proliferation violations? Well, I already saw that they had enriched uranium at 60%. This is already a defined reality. You don't need to. What are we going to look this up for the 15th time? It's obvious that's what they were doing it for. Why the hell would they want to do that for anything else than to make a bomb? Yeah, it's just counterintelligence agent. Yeah, 60% isn't enough for a bomb. Yeah, but it's way too. What is this?
Audio problems again due to black command capability. The Iranian regime has spent years getting closer to a nuclear weapon. They have spent billions building a missile program. Our mission is clear: to remove the threat at its source. Last night, the IDF eliminated Ali Shamadani, the regime's wartime chief of general staff. Shamadani held the role for only 4 days before meeting the same fate as his predecessor. This mission was based on real-time emerging intelligence. They have delivered significant blows to the Iranian regime.
So they just
as such, they have been pushed back into central Iran. They are now focusing their efforts on conducting missile fire from the area of Isfahan. They are aiming at military targets. They are attacking civilian homes. The IDF will continue to operate with precision, strength, and resolve to ensure the safety of the people of Israel. Israel faces threats on many fronts. While we are working to remove threats from Iran, we are still fighting their proxy, Hamas in Gaza. We're still holding 53 of our hostages in critical condition. We will not rest until they are returned home. Thank you very much.
That's it. Well,
that was the update. And you mentioned that they had taken out Iranian military who replaced someone 4 days ago.
bro, you're on the job for 4 days and you're dead. Jesus.
I'll tell you something about that.
God damn. Yeah, imagine being next in line. Yeah, fuck that.
Israel said, this is from Associated Press, Israel killed General Ali Shadmani.
Yeah, this is the guy.
Israel described as the most senior military commander currently in Iran.
Wow.
Shadmani was little known in the country before being appointed last week to a chief of staff role.
Yeah, this is the guy.
Revolutionary Guard, Hakam al-Yaqub headquarters. That appointment
happened a while ago.
Killing of his predecessor. So he basically was appointed for 4 or 5 days.
4 days and he's dead. Yeah. Bro, imagine being the next guy. I would not want to do that. Not on an upward trajectory in that position? Yeah. With that level of intelligence, you wonder how many Israel has on the inside? I have no idea. Yeah. Basically the only real Iranian person level, I don't know. No job security? Yeah, I'll tell you that. Uses a placeholder. Yeah, the guy was responsible for terror attacks in Argentina back in the day. Wow. Are you telling me another one of these like Iranian leaders is responsible for terror attacks? I would have never guessed. And so anyway, yeah, it looks like probably, I mean, things are just going to get more and more serious about this, right? I mean, that's it. And I'm seeing, yeah, he's just retweeted. And this is kind of a big deal. Like, Trump almost never puts anything on Twitter now because he's on Truth Social. And he's already put this stuff up there, unconditional surrender. And so I feel like if Iran doesn't do that, he's just going to bomb the fuck out of them. Like, that's it. Do you think that we really take out the Supreme Leader? I think that he doesn't want to do that. Because you can't, after you kill him, you can't kill him. And so you lose the leverage. So he wants to hold off on killing the main guy, because if he kills the main guy, then you can't use that against him. So that's the reason why they're not doing it. Play that card later, exactly, yeah. There's 5 Supreme Leaders after that Supreme Leader. I have a good feeling that, you know, after what happened to the other leaders that were the leaders after the leaders, I don't think that they're necessarily going to want to step up too fast. And if they do, I think that unconditional surrender, like imagine being the 4th guy, the first 3 guys get killed, and now you're the 4th guy. Unconditional surrender sounds a little bit more appealing, doesn't it? So yeah, did you see J.D. Vance's tweet? Yeah, I'll watch and I'll look at it right here. Let's see what he said. Fear is leverage? Yeah, of course it is, right? And yeah, maybe I should surrender this time? Exactly. And he wants him hiding in the hole like Saddam did. When he killed like 4 Hezbollah leaders, the current one ran away to Iran, and it took a week before announcing that he's the new leader. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him, bro. Like, I'd be fucking scared too, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, J.D. Vance made like a huge post about this. He says this, oh look, I'm seeing this from the inside. Admittedly, I'm biased towards the president, my friend, but there's a lot of crazy stuff on social media, so I'll address some things directly on the issue. First, the president has been amazingly consistent over 10 years that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. In the past few months, he encouraged his foreign policy team to reach a deal with the Iranians to accomplish this goal. The president made it clear that Iran cannot have uranium enrichment. And so, and they do have enriched uranium. This is defined again. Like everybody knows this. And he said repeatedly, if this was happen, one of 2 ways: the easy way or the other way. The easy way or the other way. Well, we're starting to see what the other way is after all. And Tulsi said they don't have it though. It's 2 different things. You're thinking about 2 separate things. maybe the other way is even easier. Second, I've seen a lot of confusion over the issue of civilian nuclear power and uranium enrichment. These are distinct issues. Iran could have civilian nuclear power without enrichment, but Iran rejected that. Meanwhile, they've enriched uranium far above the level necessary for civilian purpose. They've been found in violation of their non-proliferation obligations by the International Atomic Agency, IAEA, which is hardly a right-wing organization. It's one thing to want civilian nuclear energy. It's another thing to demand sophisticated enrichment capability, capacity. And it's still another to cling to enrichment while simultaneously violating basic non-proliferation obligations and enriching right to the point of weapons-grade uranium. I have yet to see a single good argument for why Iran needs to enrich uranium well above the threshold for civilian use. Because there isn't. That's the reason why. I've yet to see a single good argument for why Iran was justified in violating its non-proliferation obligations. I've yet to see a single good pushback against the IAEA's findings. Meanwhile, the president shows remarkable restraint, treating our military protecting our citizens. He may decide, here we go, he may decide he needs to take further action to end Iranian enrichment. This decision ultimately belongs to the president, and of course the people are right to be worried about foreign entanglement after the last 20 years of idiotic foreign policy. I mean, he's right. But I believe the president has earned some of the trust on the issue, and seeing this up close and personal, I can assure you that he is only interested in what the American military has accomplished and their goals. And so what is this here? Tulsi Gabbard, names the intelligence agency, backing the opposite findings. I'm not sure about this, but I think that, no, I'm not saying that. First off, Tulsi's testimony was in March, and a lot has changed since then. First, if you look at it, I love how he's actually responding to, like, you have the vice president of the United States that is arguing with people in the comment section at Twitter. Man. Bro.
That's more like it.
He is in those trenches. Oh my God. And what is this? A lot has changed since then. Second, if you look at what she said then, her point about uranium enrichment is consistent with what I wrote above. Yeah, let's see here. So the Iran wants to wave away from the nuke. How is this believed that it's real? Yeah, I don't think that it's happening yet. But yeah, let's see if I can find the rest of it. We need to define a meaning of victory before going in. Well, I mean, the victory is completely disabling their military and primarily getting rid of their nuclear program. Like, I feel like from the U.S.'s perspective, like, what is winning? Getting rid of the nuclear program, period. That's it. Like, I mean, in terms of, like, you know, Israel, like, it's probably about destroying all the missiles and destroying their military. But, like, as far as we're concerned, it's just the nuclear program, right? That's it. Did she say thank you for the reply? She didn't, bro. Can you believe that? Months away from a nuke because every time they were close, they got fucked, and yet they're trying again. Is that not hard to understand? Well, I don't know whether they are or not. I don't think, like, here's the truth. Where they are on a nuke, nobody in the chat knows this. Unless JD Vance is watching the stream or Trump is watching the stream, nobody knows this. We have no idea. Like, do you really think that they're going to go out and say in real time where it is? Of course not. It's private, confidential, changing constantly, super secret, top secret fucking information. They're not going to go out and say this shit, okay? It doesn't matter where they are. If they're actively working towards it, it's a threat. Yeah, I think so. Why didn't we do this to North Korea? Or why didn't Japan or South Korea preemptively strike? Probably because, if I'm assuming from North Korea's perspective, probably because China was backing up North Korea. That's the reason why. I mean, I don't remember exactly the whole details, but that's what I would guess. And so, yeah, it's because of China. And so, like, yeah, China, it doesn't exist in this circumstance, so it's easier to push Iran. That's it. And I understand that, like, a lot of people might not like this might makes right. I mean, that's really what this is. It's a might makes right diplomacy. It is. Absolutely it is. 100%. Why are we doing it? Because we can. Why can't they do it? Because we say so. That's the reason. But at the end of the day, that's where we're at. And that's what's happening. But it doesn't. Yeah, what are the odds of Iran bringing allies into this conflict? Very, very low. very extremely low. I heard that Russia already roached out on him. So this is the Iranian crown prince. Okay, here we go. Let's see this. My fellow countrymen.
جمهوری
Islamic
اسلامی
Republic
به
has
پایان
reached
خود
its
رسید
end
و در
and is
حال
in the
سقوط
process
است.
of collapsing.
خامنه‌ای
Khamenei, like a frightened rat, has gone into hiding underground. Oh my God. Is that a real translation? I bet it is. I bet, actually, you know what? I bet I could easily assume that they speak Farsi over here, I believe. In their language, this is absolute Farsi. Yeah, right. It's probably even worse than this. Khamenei, like a frightened rat, has gone into hiding underground and has lost control of the situation. What has begun is irreversible. The future is bright, and together we will pass through this sharp turn in history. This is the Iranian crown prince, by the way. I guess he's been obviously displaced by the current, leadership. In these difficult days, my heart is with all the defenseless citizens. And a fallen victim to Khamenei's warmongering and delusions. For years, I've tried to prevent our homeland from being consumed by the fire of war. Uh-oh. The end of the Islamic Republic, 46-year war against the Iranian nation. Damn. The regime's apparatus of repression is falling apart. Wow. All it takes now is a nationwide uprising. Put an end to this nightmare once and for all. This is how it has to change. Like, I don't think we can bomb them into democracy. I think they have to do it themselves. We can't bomb them out of religion. We can't bomb them into democracy. They have to do this themselves. I think they can. But that was some time to reclaim Iran.
همه با هم از بندر عباس تا بندر انزلی
I guess that's two places.
شیراز تا اصفهان از تبریز تا زاهدان از مشهد تا اهواز
I'm assuming that these are different places in Iran that are far apart.
از شهر کرد تا کرمانشاه
Yeah, I'm not an
به
expert.
صحنه بیایید پایان این زندگی را رقم یابید نگران فردای
the day after the fall of the Islamic Republic.
نباشید ایران دچار جنگ داخلی
He gonna come back? We have a plan, bro. He coming back? Oh shit! We have a plan for Iran's future and its flourishing. Okay.
ما برای تدوین نخست
First 100 days after the fall for the transitional period of the establishment of a national and democratic government by the Iranian people and for the Iranians. This works if they do it. It's unfortunate if we do it. The military, law enforcement, critical, state police.
برای کسب
Standards the Iranian people for the sake of change this far has begun. Sacrifice himself for the king and the king. I think he's right. Like, they're obviously close. It's over. Like, they might not know it yet, but it's very clearly over. That's a good question. Is this the Prince of Persia? Yeah, wait, real quick. Think about that. Technically, yes. Man. By standing with the people, you can save your lives.
در گذار از جمهوری اسلامی نقش عالی و در ساختن آینده ایران سهیم ایران آزاد و آباد باشد که به زودی در کنار شما آینده ایران زنده باد.
Well, there it is. So he went and he posted that shit out, and oh, god damn. He just comes out and says it, huh? He just letting him know. Yeah, well, let's see here. Does this mean it's over? I mean, I think so. And, Breaking Trump says he's not too much in a mood to negotiate now. Bro, there's no way. There's no way. No fucking shot he said this. Let me see if I can pull it up. And, where is this here? Okay, I'll copy paste this. I don't even believe this, but we're gonna find it right here. He said it hours ago? No way. He's in a bad mood, man. Like, damn. Yeah, he's not in the mood. They fucked up. I guess so. And jets are already in the air. Well, nobody knows that. Why does his voice sound AI robotic? Can we pull up another video with this guy talking and compare the voice? It's either fake. I mean, do you really think this guy, like, I mean, this dude, like, I mean, he obviously has been waiting for this his whole life, right? Like, you really think he wasn't ready to say this? Bro, he has been preparing this speech for the last 30 years, 40 years of his life. Like, yeah, I mean, let's be real, guys. I mean, what the fuck? What do you expect? Yeah, that's not the point. He was talking so everybody could understand. Yeah, I don't know. But will Iran become Persia again? Iran before the Islamic Revolution was a good place for his people. I hope this happens. He has the support of the majority. Well, we'll see what happens. And who's going to see free Iran again? Yeah, we could actually see that happen today. I mean, it's hard really to know, but this is a whole lot, man. He'll make Iran great again? Yeah, I guess so. This is the same video from 9 years ago. Bro, he just had this ready. God damn, they got him out of the talking shit. Hiding like a rat under the ground. Man, okay, well there it is. And this thing free Iran will be dope as well. Yeah, badass. Bro's 84 now? I heard he was 86 actually. But yeah, USS Nimitz is still on his way. 14 of the 18 nuke subs are in action. The subs were always in action now, not since the escalation. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. He's called for revolutions many times since the regime change, but this time if Israel supports it, then maybe. I think that I feel like there's almost nobody that wants the current Iranian government to continue. Like there are some people that are like, well, we shouldn't bomb them. Yeah, sure, okay, all right. But like, I don't think anybody likes it. Dude, you're dead wrong. Ooh, I mean, maybe I am, but I don't think so. Let's see here. Is the decision launched October 7th massacre as a result? Is this them launching it? They're like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Yeah, they're all sitting there talking shit. Regime changes like this never work, and they usually make things worse. Well, I guess we have to find out, right? Yeah, and Israeli Air Force. So this is in Tehran as well. Because basically, all of Iran's air defense is gone. They're done. God damn. Yeah. I've been wondering for a while why you advocate for free speech but then ban people that you find annoying. I think I just found another annoying person. Anyway, let's see here. Zuka the Animal 5 subs. I appreciate that. I'm going to do my best. I've realized this recently that I waste a lot of my time on the stream engaging with people that have no interest in actually engaging. You know, these are not people that have any actual genuine interest in this. They don't care. They're just saying this because they want to argue. So we waste so much time on that every day, and we're going to try to lower that at least a little bit, right? That isn't a question, it's an accusation. Let's just be honest here. There's nothing else way that's happening yet. But let's see here. Faceless nobodies you know it all? Yes, clearly. And what's the reason I took your stream though? Well, sometimes we have a conversation, they want to ask a question, that's okay. But, you know, if somebody thinks talking shit or whatever, yeah, they'll get some good.
So far, Israel has launched hundreds of ballistic missiles into Iran, striking 35 critical sites during Operation Rising Lion. Now, new reports out today indicate there is damage to the infamous underground nuclear facility in Natanz.
The former Israeli ambassador to the United States, Michael Oren, joins us shortly. Tel Aviv. Fox Team coverage is ready. Mark Meredith will have live reaction from the White House. We start with our senior correspondent, Mike Tobin. He is live in Tel Aviv. Are Iranians fleeing Tehran amid this fighting? We know what's going on there in Israel. What's happening in Iran?
Well, as far as the missile attacks that are coming out of Iran, their size and intensity have decreased dramatically.
They're flashing. Let's be real. This is the most, because like for a while, bro, Iran was popping the fuck off. Like they were bombing the shit out of Israel. I was shocked. Like I was like, damn, like this is crazy. Like maybe Iran, like maybe they didn't know who they were fucking with. But now it's nothing. You shoot like 3 missiles every like 5 hours, they get shot down, and it's like it never happened.
We've had a couple of missile attacks today. One of them,
they
just
can't defend
about
the
an
air,
hour
like
or
you
two
said,
ago,
it's over.
it could have been.
Everybody knows that. Like, you know what I used to play in Star Trek? I tell you, you brought a Void Ray over there, they didn't have one of those turrets, it was done. You were done. That's it.
Involved as few as 2 missiles. The IDF.
I remember one time I played StarCraft, I was in like a diamond game, and the dude saw my Void Ray immediately come out of the fog of war. Within 2 frames, he killed me. Because he already... He knew what it was doing. He knew. All right. Yep. You got me. That's it.
One of them was intercepted earlier this morning. There was a missile attack involving some 20 ballistic missiles out of Iran. 4 of those got through. The damage was minimal. It resulted in a bus that caught fire, a structure that caught fire, and several craters that were formed in the ground. But no injuries reported from that. Now, Israel's defense minister has taken to the airwaves with a warning for Ayatollah Khamenei, saying if he continues to fire missiles at Israel, he could meet the same fate as Saddam Hussein.
In my video, I warned the Iranian dictator from continuing to commit war crimes, firing missiles at Israeli citizens. We should remember what happened to the dictator in the country neighboring Iran who took this path against the state of Israel.
I mean, he's on the ground right now, right? I mean, like, fuck, I would be too. I'd be terrified.
And that is in line with the True Social Post.
So I'm not in the mood to go through. Oh my God.
You look in the mirror.
Jesus. Yeah, vibes. Yeah, he just doesn't know. He just doesn't want to do it. Only give him 60 more days, right? That profile picture goes fucking hard though, right? It is funny how every other senator has like a normal picture, and Trump has some AI fucking Photoshop bullshit thing that's like straight out of Facebook.
Scene from President Trump saying we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He's an easy target, but is safe there. We're not going to take him out, kill, at least not for now, but we don't want missile shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Now, Israeli fighter jets, meantime, have been busy in the skies over western Iran. Israel claims to have hit dozens of surface-to-surface missiles. The IDF says they also hit air defenses like surface-to-air missiles and radar, backing up Israel's.
Somebody says, I don't want to get involved in a conflict or war, but I feel like soldiers would gladly follow Trump's orders. I think the reality is that this is the, and this is, I think, the discussion, right? Is avoiding a war guaranteeing a war in the future? And I think that from Trump's perspective, and from the people that are in favor of Iran and intervening in Iran, the idea is that if you let them keep going and you let them do this, this will create a larger existential problem down the road where we could stop the problem right now before it becomes worse. That's basically what they're saying. And then on the other side, they're saying, oh yeah, well, how did that work with, Iraq? Because that was the idea with Iraq. And that didn't, like, it's not like the war ended in 2000 and whenever the fuck Saddam Hussein got caught. Or Libya, right? Exactly. And so that's the two sides of this. I can't wait for you to cover the Trump assassination. I love how you think that, if Trump gets assassinated, have you heard some of the shit J.D. Vance says? Like, oh no, I don't think you yeah, bro. Like that's not. Yeah, you don't. It's way worse. Like you think that's bad.
Claim of air superiority over Iran. The IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency.
I mean, you've got to remember, J.D. Vance was the one that said, frankly, Margaret, I don't care, whenever they were talking about, like, families being separated by deportations. He was the one that was saying the UK is going to be an Islamic nation. Like, that was J.D. Vance. It wasn't Trump saying that, it was him.
Has issued a new assessment of that strike at the Natanz nuclear enrichment facility, saying that facility took a direct hit from Israeli airstrikes, sustaining significant damage. That new assessment was issued after they reviewed satellite imagery of the Natanz facility. John, back to you.
All right, yeah. Mike Tubbo with the latest from Tel Aviv.
So they know where the guy is. Of course they know where the guy is. It's the most important guy.
Mike, thank you. Chile?
All right, well, President Trump cut his G7 trip short as Israel and Iran broadened their attacks yesterday. He's expected to spend the day at the White House today, meeting with his National Security Council in the Situation Room. Mark Meredith is at the White House for us this afternoon. Hey, Mark.
Jillian, good afternoon to you. The White House has President Trump himself throwing cold water on the idea that the U.S. is going to be brokering a ceasefire between Israel and Iran anytime.
Yeah, that's not happening. Quite yet. Yep. They had the time for that. They didn't do it, and now.
And even though there's growing political pressure on the White House to limit any U.S. military exposure to what's happening in the Middle East, the president cut his trip to Canada short by a day, given the developments, the escalating violence between these two countries. And as you and John were just talking about, he's been quite active on Truth Social. Mike Tobin read one of the posts, but I wanted to read one of the other ones where he also said this, and it was interesting. He said the word we, because we now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran has good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. While Trump has been active on social media, so is Vice President Vance. He issued a lengthy statement online making it clear all options remain on the table. Very quickly, the debate over what U.S. involvement may or may not look like is engulfing Capitol Hill, especially among Democrats. We're seeing two very different trains of thought play out.
they have to be held accountable for what they've done. They're the ones that built and created the proxies like Hamas and Hezbollah and put our whole region in this kinds of chaos.
I happen to believe
He's right. He's right. I mean, he is.
that the U.S. being at war with Iran would be a colossal mistake. There is no national security imperative that suggests that we should.
And it's not just Democrats who are speaking out against the possibility.
I think that the strongest argument that I see for why it's important to stop Iran from developing any nuclear weapons and stop them from getting any more advanced is Russia. In my opinion, this is again my opinion, while Russia does have some reasons that I think are partially legitimate, in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, I view Russia as the aggressor. Russia are the ones in the wrong. It's not that Russia did this for no reason. It's that the reason the reason that they did do it for, I don't think justified what they